Let him have his fun.
Put two cannons first! You don't deserve this power.
Hulk has smashed his way through every single Avengers movie, and today we are ranking every single one of his fights from worst to best. Some of these are legendary, some of these are honestly kind of embarrassing. We are talking military showdowns, monster brawls, and a full-blown gladiator war against Thor himself. Like video? Cause number 1 is going to surprise you. Let's smash into it. Number 10. Hulk vs. She-Hulk. We are starting things off with the weakest entry on this list, from She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Now, to be fair, this one barely even counts as a fight. It feels more like a family training montage between Bruce and his cousin Jennifer Walters. It is fun. It shows off smart Hulk's controlled strength against Jennifer's insane natural talent for her powers. She basically masters being a Hulk in like 5 minutes, which is wild. Bruce spends years learning how to control his rage. And here comes Jennifer casually flipping cars on her very first try. And it does a great job showing the family dynamic between these two characters. Nobody is actually trying to hurt anyone, and there is no real threat looming over the moment. It is a sparring session dressed up as a fight, and that is exactly why it lands dead last.
Wow! Jesus, what the hell, man?
Number 9. Hulk vs. the Hydra Outpost. Next up is the opening battle from Avengers Age of Ultron, where the team storms a Hydra base in Sokovia. This one is fun to watch because the Avengers are working together like a perfectly oiled machine. Hulk's role here is simple. He is the battering ram. He is smashing through walls, tanks, and entire bunkers like they are made of cardboard. It looks great. It feels powerful. This sequence also does a great job introducing us to the team dynamic right before everything changes for these characters. Iron Man, Thor, Cap, Widow, and Hawkeye are all working in perfect sync while Hulk clears the path in front of them. But let's be honest, this is not really a fight. Hydra soldiers do not stand a chance, and Hulk barely even breaks a sweat. There is no tension here because we already know exactly how this ends before it even begins. Coming in at number 8, we have Hulk vs. the military from The Incredible Hulk. General Ross finally corners Bruce Banner at Culver University, and it turns into this massive daytime brawl right in the middle of a college campus. What makes this one stand out is the durability on display. Hulk is taking heavy caliber rounds directly to the chest and just shrugging them off. He rips apart acoustic cannons like they are toys. Soldiers unload everything they have at him, and it barely even slows him down for a second. This whole sequence sets the tone early for just how dangerous this creature can be when he is cornered. It is a great early showcase of just how tough this creature actually is against real-world human weapons. It also gives us one of the first real looks at Hulk's raw, unfiltered power on the big screen. Number 7. Hulk vs. Thanos. Now this next one is controversial because narratively, it is one of the most important fights in the entire MCU. Thanos does not brawl with Hulk, he dismantles him. Precision martial arts, pure overwhelming strength, and total control. Hulk gets absolutely humiliated in seconds, and honestly, that is the point. Fans had waited years to see these two collide, and instead of a war, we get a swift and brutal beatdown. This moment completely changes how Bruce views himself for the rest of the movie, and it even sets up his refusal to transform later on. This fight exists to tell the audience just how terrifying Thanos really is. It works incredibly well as storytelling. It just does not work as a satisfying battle. That is exactly why it lands right in the middle of this list.
Let him have his fun.
Number 6. Hulk vs. Fenris Wolf. Halfway there, and things start getting fun. Bruce Banner literally faceplants out of a spaceship straight onto the Bifrost, and it is one of the funniest entrances in the whole franchise. But then the fight itself goes completely epic. You have got a giant gamma-irradiated brawler wrestling an ancient undead Asgardian wolf on the edge of a cosmic waterfall. We are talking about a monstrous wolf the size of a building going head-to-head with an equally massive Hulk in front of the entire Asgardian palace. This is peak MCU weirdness in the best possible way, and it is exactly the kind of wild cosmic scale chaos that this character deserves. It somehow manages to be funny, intense, and completely over the top all at once.
Everything's gonna be alright now.
Number 5. Hulk vs. Thor Round 1. This fight captures something the franchise almost never repeats, and that is pure horror. A raging out of control Hulk smashing through a flying fortress with Thor as basically the only being alive who can actually take a punch from him. The space is tight, the struggle is brutal. Every hallway and doorway gets absolutely obliterated as these two crash through one section of the ship after another. There is a genuine sense of dread in this scene because at this point in the franchise, nobody really knew what Hulk was capable of yet. And for a few minutes, it genuinely feels like this thing could tear the entire helicarrier out of the sky. It remains one of the most tense and unpredictable Hulk moments in the entire MCU. We are entering the top 4 now, and this is where things get seriously vicious. Hulk vs. Abomination from The Incredible Hulk remains one of the most grounded and brutal fights in this character's entire history. This is the original Monster Mash, and it still holds up. Blonsky is a trained killer with matching physical stats to Hulk, which means for once this is an actual even fight. Hulk has to get creative here. He grabs police cars and straps them onto his fists like boxing gloves. The entire street level setting makes this fight feel way more grounded and personal compared to some of the bigger cosmic battles on this list. Buildings crumble around them, and civilians are literally running for their lives while these two monsters throw everything they have at each other. It is savage, it is improvised, and it earns its spot in the top half of this list because it still feels like the most physically punishing fight Hulk has ever been in. Number 3. Hulk vs. the Chitauri and Loki. Number 3 brings us back to the original Avengers for one of the most iconic sequences in all of comic book movie history. I am always angry. That line alone tells you everything you need to know before the chaos even starts. Hulk drops an entire armored Leviathan with a single punch. The whole theater audience lost their minds the first time they saw that moment happen on screen. Then comes the moment everyone remembers. Loki delivering his big speech about being a god, only for Hulk to grab him and throw him around like a ragdoll over and over again. The comedic timing here is honestly perfect, and it still gets one of the biggest reactions of any Marvel moment ever filmed. This sequence single-handedly cemented Hulk as the Avengers' ultimate heavy hitter, and it remains one of the most quoted moments in the entire franchise.
Enough! And I will not be bullied by puny god.
Number 2. Hulk vs. the Hulkbuster from Avengers Age of Ultron. Hulk goes completely berserk in the middle of Johannesburg, and Tony Stark has no choice but to deploy the Veronica armor to stop him. What follows is easily one of the most visually stunning fights in the entire MCU. Buildings collapse, streets get flattened, an entire city block gets leveled while these two trade blow after devastating blow across rooftops and construction sites. And the choreography between an enraged Hulk and a desperate improvising Tony Stark makes this feel like a genuine heavyweight boxing match. Tony is constantly adapting on the fly switching tactics every few seconds just to survive against an opponent who refuses to slow down. But it is beautifully controlled chaos, and it might be the single most cinematic Hulk fight ever put on screen.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Number 1 on this list, the single greatest Hulk fight in the entire MCU is Hulk vs. Thor in the Gladiator Arena from Thor Ragnarok. This is the character at his absolute peak. A Hulk who has been fighting non-stop for 2 years finally gets thrown into a colossal alien arena, armed with massive weapons and full gladiator armor. No other fight on this list even comes close to. All the way to the final exhausted stare down between two old friends turned rivals. Every hit lands, every joke lands. Every second of this fight earns its place at number 1, and honestly, it might be one of the greatest superhero fight scenes ever put to film, period.
I know you're in there, Banner. I'll get you out.
And there you have it. Every single Hulk fight in the MCU ranked from the weakest to the absolute best. From a friendly training session with She-Hulk all the way up to a full-blown gladiator war against Thor, this character has honestly been through it all. Some of these fights were about raw power, some were about pure emotion, and some were just about pure, unstoppable destruction. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with this order or if I completely got it wrong. Which fight do you think deserves the top spot? Drop your own ranking below because I know this one is going to spark some arguments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more MCU rankings, and I will see you in the next one.